Hello and welcome to espangol.com. What have we got today on Monday the 19th of November? Well, we've got quite a few stories from the Spanish papers. The first one from AS, well it's on the front page of AS actually, it's also reported in the other papers, is regarding Cristiano Ronaldo. Now in our last video we said that he's more likely to leave come the end of the season than he is to renew his contract, with various comment coming from him about how much he loved Manchester United, loved the respect there, the respect from Ferguson, and so that was sparking rumours that he'd get back to United. Well, since then, the press have been chatting to Ferguson, and we got some quotes from Ferguson. Apparently he says, of course, he'd love to have Ronaldo back, but he thinks it's almost impossible due to the fact that he's at the top of his game at the moment. And so he's going to cost a stupid amount of money, the likes of which only the Russian teams could afford, really. But he also says he's not going to go to Russia, he doesn't think, because he used to complain about the winters in England, so how would he cope there? Now, Ferguson didn't mention Paris Saint-Germain at all, but I think that they could probably afford him as well. They currently play Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Not sure how much it is, quite a lot of money. He's the second highest paid player in the world, behind Anzi of Russia, who pay Esho a lot of money. So that's that story. Now, staying with PSG, we've got a story in Mundo Deportivo that Al Thani, the owner, would like to lure Ronaldo, but not only Ronaldo, also Morinhou. Mundo also reports that Morinhou wants to live in London from next season and train PSG and go on the train to PSG. Apparently it's only 2 hours. In AS, there's also speculation of this. They're reporting on a story that was actually in the Daily Mail on Friday, that, or that maybe on Saturday, but that Mourinho's wife and his daughter were in London looking to enrol her, who's 16 years old, on a fine art course at Camberwell College of Art. So, interesting, eh? Staying on the Mourinho theme, we've got a story that Mancini knows a lot more about football than Mourinho. This is reported in Mundo Deportivo, and it's also in the others as well, but I'm taking it from that one. Now, where's this come from? Who said this? Well, actually, it's Andrea Mancini, who is the son of Roberto Mancini. And this is all, of course, in the lead up to the game this week in Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Mancini's proud son says that his father knows more about football than Mourinho, having played football, blah, blah, blah. Now, what of Andrea? Well, those of you from Oldham might remember him from his one lone appearance last season. He was, of course, at Man City at the time. Mancini signed him from Inter, where he played for 3 years. Of course, Mancini took him there as well. In that time, probably 4 years altogether, he made 0 appearances for Inter Milan and 0 for Manchester City. He did make 11 loan appearances in that time, though, 1 being for Oldham. And where is he now? He signed this season, having been released by his father. He signed for Valladolid B in Spain. They currently play in the Tercera division, which is the 4th tier of Spanish football. It's a regional league. So, yeah, wise words from a man in the know there. And I will stay with Man City. It's flowing rather well today, isn't it? Yes, last week we reported that Barcelona are scared about City's plans for their new youth setup, and that they're scared that they'll try and steal some of the youth players coming through from Barca. Well, they're even more scared now, as reported by the Barca paper, Mundo Deportivo. Mundo Deportivo. That City not only want Busquets, Fabregas, Raul Senlei, who is a part of the technical staff, but they also, the latest person they want is Dr. Pruna, Dr. Ricard Pruna, who is on the medical staff at Barcelona. So City looking to take everything from Barcelona, it seems. Now, what have we got next? There's a couple of pictures there of Kaka and Reina, because these are just shorts, they're literally one-liners in the papers. AS say Kaka to Italy, but no clubs mentioned. But of course, last week we said that we reported about AC Milan showing interest. Mundo, just one of their one-liners, says that Reina's set to leave Liverpool. That's all they say. Now going on to Marca, there's an actual edition of Marca out today on a Monday in Spain. But of course they've got the website. On the right, there's this article called El Supermercado Inglés, the English supermarket, and this is an article just talking about all the players that have moved from the Spanish league to the English league in recent times. They say that football is no stranger to the economic crisis that plagues Spain, and thus many players are now moving abroad. It cites Benitez as the first person to really tap into the Spanish league, signing players such as Torres, Xabi Alonso, Morientes, Luis Garcia, and since then, of course, now you've got players like Cazorla, Aguero, Silva, Mata, Yaya Toure came from there. Owen, they said as well, although he did go the other way first. Colaccini. So in the last decade, the Spanish league has, the English league has spent 300 million euros on players from Spain. So I'm not really sure that I'm sure that benefits Spain in terms of the crisis rather than, well, anyway. It also says players such as Fabregas and Piqué have moved on frees, and the most recent acquisitions have been Suso, Bellerin, Pozo and Denis Suarez. So that's just an article, not current news. But then a couple of hours later, a current news item came up on the same topic. The article, Rumbo a la Premier, heading to the Premiership, talks about Chelsea, Man United, Man City and Spurs all battling to sign Falcao. In this it quotes Falcao as saying that he would like to play for another team one day and in another league. But right now he's got a contract, 3 years, blah blah blah. Reality now is Atletico Madrid. But this really is sort of fueling the speculation that he's going to come to England sooner rather than later. Another interesting thing is he's not been picked at all for the Europa League this season. Diego Simeone choosing to rest him. Falcao himself says that he wants to be playing every game, he'd like to be playing, but apparently Simeone is leaving him out for precaution, whatever that means. So there you have it, that's it for today. I hope I managed to keep it as concise as I could without being as much of a gibbering idiot as I tend to be. But thank you for watching on espangol.com.